Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another Mazda 3, but it's a different one because it has the 2.5-liter engine, a very different